We're not hearing you. Okay. Well, we're apologize. We tried. Your presence has been with us. We thank you for that. Marcine, love. Marcine Quenzer.
Wow, how absolutely incredible and awesome the words that have been spoken this day. You all are such amazing souls. And it's amazing time that we're in. Here I am sitting in my living room, and I now have a new friend in Germany, a new friend in Norway, that if I ever get to go visit these countries, I've got someone that I know and I can trust, that I'm in common with, to guide me and help me with whatever it is that I'm doing there. And I think that is amazing. This couldn't be done 10 years ago, couldn't be done 20 years ago, definitely could not be done at the time when I first became awakened, which was in 87. So I have known Mayanna probably most of that time. We kept bumping into each other. It was kind of like my journey was this way and hers was this way, and yet at the same time going down the same path, if you understand that. We just weren't working together. I think there was a couple of times we tried. I know I walked in on her meditation thing, and here's this glowing light in the middle of everything. And I got this feeling of, I'll admit, jealousy. Yeah, there was some jealousy there because I wanted to go like that. I wanted to be doing what she was doing. So I went off on my other journey, which is a once in a lifetime journey. I will tell you, I am 76. I am a mother of 5. I have 10 grandchildren, and I have 10 great grandchildren. But my journey took me off in a totally different direction. My journey took me off into the Native American way. I started out doing New Age. I learned how to do healings in the spirit world. My teacher taught me how to see all these things. I learned to channel. I even have a very strong Christian connection, in that one of my friends had died. And when he came back, he was given a mission. And this mission was to take down messages that Creator God and Jesus had for him. And so I spent a year working with him. I did the transcribing. He would do the videos, the audio, and then we would transcribe it. And then this was his mission. It wasn't mine. I've got something else to do. So I went trekking off to Oklahoma. I had met a Native American man. And I was married to him 5 years before I found out he was a medicine man. So I get down to Oklahoma and find out here this guy is. He's the medicine man down there. He does stuff for all the neighboring tribes. But while I was there, found these incredible stories. And there is a story that I want to share with you, especially the ladies from the US, because I think it has a lot to do with what we're doing right now. And so let me find my background here. Okay. He was Oneida, which is one of the 5 original nations of the Peace Confederacy. What we are doing has been done on this planet before, over 1,000 years ago. And part of the story that I want to tell you, as you can see here, the Peace Confederacy was comprised of 5 nations, 5 tribes. In the center, you will see the tree or the heart of the Confederacy. This represents the Onondaga. Now, at this time, the story I want to tell you is about the Tadadaho. On each side of that heart were 4 other nations, 2 on one side, 2 on the other side, that had already accepted the Confederacy. But right in the middle was this wicked, wicked sorcerer. He was so evil that everybody was scared to death of him. Everybody was frightened. But there could be no peace as long as he kept this turmoil in the center of the Confederacy. And so they decided they had to do something about this. They had to fix it. But what were they going to do? One of the leaders at this time was a woman. And she suggested that Hiawatha go and make this man a friend. Take the snakes out of his hair and bring him into the Confederacy. Now, what you need to know about Hiawatha is this wicked sorcerer had killed his family, had killed his wife, had killed his daughters. And Hiawatha hated him. Oh, he hated him. And now it was his job to go befriend this man and bring him into the Confederacy. Oh my. But Hiawatha accepted this challenge. He went and he did ceremony and he did prayers, trying to take this hate that he had away. And in time, he began to see the Tadadaho in a different light. He had known the Tadadaho since they were kids. They grew up together in the Onondaga village. And he began to realize that Tadadaho had never had a friend, had never had anyone who loved him, no one. He had been born disfigured, and the whole time, others would make him the butt of the jokes. They would talk down to him. They would call him names until his heart became hard and he had no love for anyone. As it would be, he would grow up to be the great snake chieftain, a sorcerer who knew how to do great powers, but all in darkness. He could make somebody disappear. He could make people crazy. He could do all kinds of things in the dark arts, which is one of the reasons people were frightened of him. He was also a cannibal. And so once Hiawatha had achieved this peace of mind, this calmness, this ability to care about this great sorcerer, he went off to visit him. Now, this is a strange sight for Tadadaho. He's sitting there and he's seeing Hiawatha come. And he thinks Hiawatha has lost his freaking mind. Nobody comes to visit him unless they are so angry that they want to kill him, or that they've been captured and they're going to be a meal. But here comes Hiawatha. He's not frightened. He's not scared. In fact, he's smiling. He's joking with the warriors that are very roughly bringing him to Tadadaho. He's laughing. He's smiling. There's not a trace of fear in Hiawatha. And so as Hiawatha comes, Adadaro decides that he should hear what he's got to say. And so he dismisses his guards and he listens. And Hiawatha invites him to come and join their confederacy. Come join our ways of peace. Your ways of peace, that's impossible. The tribes had been fighting among each other for years. They no longer remembered why. He just did it, because that's what you did. You fought with each other, you killed each other. And so this was probably the farthest thought that they had. But Hiawatha would continue to visit with Tadadaho and tell him about the great peace and tell him about what's going on. But Tadadaho's own warriors would bring back messages to him, messages of the peace that was happening all around them, how the villages were laughing and singing, and the women would work together raising the crops, and the men would work together as they built new longhouses. And they would bring these stories back to Tadadaho, and Tadadaho thought, well, this isn't right. What happened to my power? What happened to my fearfulness? What happened? And so he had to see for himself. He snuck out one morning, positioned himself hidden in the bushes, and he watched one of these villages. And as he watched these villages, he watched them laughing. He watched them loving. And something inside his heart burst, for he had never known that kind of love, not ever. And that heart burst open, and he wanted it. He wanted it so bad. Now he was impatient. Now he wanted what they had. And so Hiawatha came again. And he came with Diganawida, and he came with Jikontose, the great peace woman. And they escorted him into a place where all the tribes had been gathered together. All the leaders were here. And at first, Tadadaho thought, they have lied to me. They're going to kill me. But that isn't what happened. As they placed him in the center with the sacred fire, ceremony was performed, and all the people gathered around him and began to sing a song of peace with such an outpouring of love that right there before their eyes, Tadadaho's spine straightened, his deformity left, and he became like other men. And he became the speaker. My head's in the way. He became the speaker for the Haudenosaunee. Quite a deal to trust someone who had been as wicked as him and give him the most powerful position. Well, my friends, this is kind of where we are. I'm sure by now you've caught the allegory of the story. We have been blessed with what you may call the Antichrist, whatever name you want to call him. But know the Creator has a purpose, has a mind. And one of those purposes, one of them, is that we must come together. We are to unite. We are to dispel all the separation. We are to do like they did in this story. Love each other, bring each other into this circle, and bring love to everyone on the planet. And each one of you are part of this. Whatever part it is you have, bring it in, add it to it, use it in your own communities. Create communities where you are of this love. We're going to need each other. We're going to need each other desperately. When I mentioned that we had these messages from Jesus, this is one of them. Man must come together. Man must come together from all corners of the earth. Man must come together in one mind, one body, and one purpose. They must come together from all walks of life. All the people of the world, they must come together as one and receive the power and the glory of the heavens. For the power is generated in the multitude. The power is generated by the masses. The power is generated by one mind, one body, and one purpose. And when man comes together, it is the power of the universe. It will be like living with the Father in heaven and all the powers of the heavens and galaxies and all the power of the higher beings. But man must do this, for God will not. Man must do all. Man must be. Man must be one in body, one in mind, and one in purpose, and all of this is God. So my challenge to each of us is to pray for the Tadadahos in our lives, pray for the hot Tadadahos in our government, surround them with love, and keep praying for them. I did this last night for President Trump, and I was surprised for all my anger. I didn't think I hate him, but I definitely hated what he represented, and that creates an emotional turmoil. But I prayed for him last night. And you know what? It was a lot easier than I thought it would be. It lifted a lot. So I'm going to challenge each one of you to keep him, keep Millennia, keep Ivanka surrounded with love, that they can accomplish the true mission the Creator has set out for them to do. We may not know what that is. We may not understand it. But Creator will guide it and take care of it. And what we can do is by keeping them in love, we keep them in the higher energies and mitigate possibly the most despicable things that might be thought of and done. And so we lift that, we mitigate that, and we do our part in creating this incredible peace that must go out over the earth. Thank you, sisters, sisters, sisters. I am running us over time, and I am so sorry about that. I knew I would. That's why I asked to be last speaker. And so I offer to each one of you my blessing and my love, that we all will be successful in this journey and be the new earth. Love you.
Love you. Thank you, Marcine. And all of that artwork is Marcine's handiwork. She has written school curriculum and books and has cards and all kinds of wonderful things that you will find in Grandmother's Garden. And there will be a lot of opportunities to get these stories and more. Marcine, you have one more thing?
Yeah, actually I do. I have been gifted through my journeys these ceremonies that are Native American. But among the Iroquois, all of their ceremonies, the Creator gave to them, Diganawida gave to them with the intention that these ceremonies go to the four corners of the earth. And so they are to be shared with everyone. You don't have to be Native. They are to go to everyone that they resonate with. And so through Mayanna's platform, I'm going to be able to share these. I also have been given some teachings by the Paiute Shoshone that are earth healing teachings. Those also are supposed to go to the four corners of the earth, because praying for our earth and taking care of our earth and loving her and returning her to her original dynamics is what we're here to do. And everybody needs to know these ceremonies, because it teaches them love, teaches them manifestation, and teaches them respect for our mother.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Victoria has been creating a mandala that she wants to share before we go through our conversations. All on me. Oh, here we go.
the first half, really, this came through, and it was listen, listen to the grandmothers. And then the word weavers came, and then this one came through, and this one, it's like, I feel like this, the first one was yes, but this one is, oh my gosh, this is who we are and what we are doing. And we are going out from our hearts into the world to be those bright stars to
Circles
take
and
us into
circles
this
and
world that we
circles.
want.
Yeah. The spheres of influence. We are each a sphere of influence. And when we come together as individual cells, we are magnified and we are life force itself. And Grandmother's Garden is open, globalgrandmotherscouncil.org. Come join us there, and we are looking forward to just wonderful, rich, and full conversations and activities. We have the marketplace and the garden are opening today. On 12/12, we will open the academy. It's taken a little bit longer to get all the technology stuff done than we thought originally. So on 12/12, we'll open the academy. But meanwhile, there are ways to have classes and courses within the grandmother's circle themselves. The academy will be for presenting our teachings to the world. The marketplace is to present our goods and services to the world. So if you, like Susan, have perfumes, you'll have a storefront. There's Grandmother's Closet where you can sell your vintage items. Lots of people want those. And there's the social media stream communication channel. We can video chat with each other inside of. We can have events and activities and everything inside of it. But the Academy, when it opens with our public launch on 12/12, this is when we open to the public for the storefronts. The storefront is, the marketplace is available now for public to come to and purchase things. The intention of that is for grandmothers to get income in their own places from their own teachings, mentoring, guidance, and art and craft. So we've gone, it's 13 minutes over.
That's not bad.
As we close, let's blow this is what I like to do. I like to, all of us blow the candle out together. Thank you all for being here. I'm so rich and full in this moment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Breathe in. Ah, such joy.
Let's see.
Peace and love to us all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.